let's check in with the Comanche Commander. That tower is one of the OG towers in BT6, especially it's a tower that we used to use every single time in chimps mode, and it's, I don't know what's the equivalent nowadays of a tower that I guess you guys, it's individual, right? But you guys know a tower that whenever you buy it, it's not gonna fail you in chimps runs, right? Well, that's exactly what the Comanche Commander used to be until they fixed the bug. I'm not kidding. So the way that this whole thing happened is that the mini Comanches were able to get buffed by a 4th tier alchemist, by the Berserker Brew. So all of these mini Comanches, the way they would work is basically as if they had a perma brew on them, but you would just buy like a 4th tier alchemist, and all of them would get buffed and it would just be insane. They would do insane amounts of damage, but eventually they fixed it, and now the tower just doesn't work like it used to be. I mean, it's not only that just the tower doesn't work as it used to, it's not as strong as it is, it's just that a lot of other options happen to BT6 as well. The amount of buffs that this tower has gotten is actually crazy. If you take a look at the changelog, at the version history, you're only gonna see buffs, and maybe like a nerf here or there, but like the nerfs are, I don't know, the missile went from 100 to 80 pierce, which is just, it's still insane, right? So I wanted to play on Peninsula because we need a short map, because the way that the Comanche defense, the 4th tier, oh, let's just see if this is just gonna be enough. Yes, there we go. So I think that we're gonna have the money now for the heli. Yeah, there we go. So let's buy it over here. And yeah, as I was saying, we need a shorter map because the way the Comanche defense works is that the mini Comanches get triggered whenever a balloon crosses a certain threshold of the track. So at 33% you get one. Actually, it's not 33. I think it's like 25% you get one mini heli. At 50% you get two of them, and then at 75% of the track you get 3 of them. So we need kind of a shorter track to get more uptime on them, but at the same time, oh, actually, let me just buy Geraldo over here. Okay, so let me get the pickles, actually, because all these darts, they get +1 damage, and we need to manually kind of aim this guy for now until we get the money. And I think, am I just saving money for like an alchemist, because there is, oh, please, let's just catch this one. Yes, there we go. That was very good. So as long as we beat this round, we should have enough money for the 200 alchemist, and then hopefully with the alch buff we can have the heli deal with the lead balloons on 28. Let's just see how we do on this one. So we still have the pickle buff, and then yeah, we do have the money. So let me just quickly buy the alchemist. Oh my god, he buffed Geraldo. Did you guys see that? What are you doing? I need the buff on the heli. No, come on, dude. You can't do that. You're a madman. Okay, so I guess we have to get the heat dip darts, and then we're gonna do this with, I guess, with the sub, and then get the quad darts. We're gonna get some extra damage for the heli, so let's give it like this. I really want to get the pursuit because I'm not really good at micro. I think we should leave the heli to micro itself. And are we gonna get enough money for the Moab shove plus something else? Is the Moab shove gonna be enough to beat the Moab by itself? I think it is actually with the alchemist, because this rocket is, it has 1 damage, I think. I'm not sure if that damage can get amplified by anything, but let me get the Moab shove. Actually, I'm willing to take the risk. It's only gonna be a heli, and then we can intervene with Geraldo if we want to, but I would rather not buy any of Geraldo's items, except, you know, the buffing towers that we can give it. So how good is this tower going to be versus the Moab? I feel like it's gonna beat it, right? I have nothing else. It's just a 3-2-0 alchemist. It's gonna keep the Moab in there forever. And let's just see how it does versus the ceramics with a little bit of help with the sub. But honestly, it took care of it. I mean, this is like more of like a 202 heli, so I don't think that this is representative of the entire bomb pad, but it is going to be when we get the Comanche defense. And let's see how it does versus ceramics. So we still don't have the money for the Comanche defense, but it seems like it is not holding its own versus the ceramics in 43. It's gonna need a little bit of help. So maybe we can do something like, am I doing Jerry's Fire or am I doing a glue? Nah, let's do the Jerry's Fire. Is this going to be enough though to beat all these ceramics? I think it is. I think it's actually going to be overkill. Now, this Jerry's Fire is so good versus these helis. It's actually insane. Now, this is an upgrade that I am very, very curious about to see how it's going to perform. It's the Comanche defense, which is constantly going to be active. And we're playing, obviously, on a shorter map because of this reason, because of the 4th tier. But I think that this tower, what it has going for itself is the fact that the save up from the Comanche defense to the Comanche Commander is actually not that... It's actually kind of good, I think, because these mini Comanches are kind of strong. Also, I think the cooldown for the Comanche refreshes every single round, so you can just keep having maximum Comanches and you're just gonna be fine. So that's a very exciting thing about this tower. But let's just make sure that, you know what, let me just give it like camo and attack speed, because we know for a fact that that we're gonna need the MIB. So let's just buy these things now. And that was round 49, which I didn't see. Oh my god, this is such a nice combo with Jerry's Fire. What? Why is this thing so good? These guys are not going anywhere. I mean, it's only a 320 Alchemist, which can only buff the main heli, by the way, because they, you know, they kind of fixed the thing they were supposed to fix. So it's only the main heli, but the main heli is just a tiny bit stronger than the mini Comanches, and I think it's like 2 damage. It's stronger by 2 damage. I'm actually not even kidding. It's like maybe the darts do like 4 damage on the main heli, and on the small ones they do like 2 damage, and the missiles is like 7 to 5, I think was the ratio. Something else that they also did, and I forgot to mention, is that they reduced the price of this thing by about $3,000 in update 39, I think it was. So now the price is 34560, and this is, again, it's more of these 34560 towers. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but the Energizer costs the same amount. The Archmage costs the same amount, 34560. Look at this one, the Creeple Moab, 34560, and then there was one more tower. Which one was it? I keep forgetting. It was one more tower that costs 34560, and they just keep increasing the number of these 34560 towers. Maybe we should do a video like that, actually. Can we buy all of them? I think there was 5 of them in total. I don't remember what the last one was. Wait, actually, let's see how it does versus the BOV. So it keeps pushing the Moabs, and then it's not even going to summon the third Comanche, just only 2 it seems like. And I think I'm going to keep the Alchemist as a 320, so that, because this thing is way too expensive, it's like $3,000, and I would rather save the money towards the Comanche Commander. So I'll just save the glue and see how this thing is going to do. Oh, actually the sharpening stone expired as well, so let's get that thing going. And the first wave seems to be out. And that is, oh no, that's 3 Comanches. Okay, so here's what I think what's going to happen. We're going to beat the second wave pretty easily. Yeah, there we go. And so for the third one, no, we're not going to have any for the third one. So we have to be careful in triggering these guys. Okay, so maybe, can we patch things up with a glue? Because I don't want to Maelstrom it. So as soon as these guys come out, I think I missed them. Let's do one more glue. Oh my god, I'm missing the track. Nope, is this going to be enough? I Maelstrom at the back. Yeah, I mean, listen, it had to be done, I think. Okay, so I said that we're going to get the money in the mid-60s. I was a little bit off, but we got there eventually. So it's around 69, and we get the Comanche Commander now. So we're going to get all these mini Comanches as well. And this is the tower that I wanted to check out. How strong is this thing? These missiles do a lot of damage. The darts do a lot of damage. The missiles from the main heli get thrown on a much faster interval. They have a decent amount of pierce. And let's just see if this thing is going to, I don't know, live up to its potential. And so far, I've not seen a single balloon move past the cash amount. I mean, maybe this round because it's 75. But basically, everything that we had was just getting popped as soon as it was entering the track. Let's see how we're gonna do in 76 actually. So let me have the glue. Oh my god, I'm late with the glue. Okay, let's not do anything. Oh my god, wait, it just evaporated. Wait, are these guys that strong? So all these balloons are being held by the Moab shells. So they're kind of slowly being pushed, and then what's happening? Why are they popping so fast? I'm kind of surprised that this tower works this good. I'm gonna be honest. I thought this was gonna be a little bit worse than this. Have I just not played this tower for so long, or have these buffs just started adding up? Because what happened is, ever since we've bought the Comanche Commander, the only thing that I bought was getting the Alchemist to 420, which we spent $3,000 on. And after that, I haven't spent anything, and we're at $50,000. So my question is this tower that good? Like, what's happening? Are we sleeping on this thing? You know what I want to do? Let's not buy anything because we have $57,000. We managed to save 60k. This is insane. And these balloons are not even, like, this is a super short track, and this was not even hard to, like, this setup that we have, this wasn't even hard to get to this point. So I don't know. We might be sleeping on this tower, I'm going to be honest, but let's just let it make money. Let's just let it attack, and when it loses, that's when I'm going to buy something. Actually, it's going to lose on the next round because it's going to be DDTs, so I'm going to preemptively buy the MIB just because we know that that's the case. And let's see when it's going to lose to the normal balloons, and I think I might have jinxed it because this is probably going to be the round, right? Yep. Okay, so let's slowly start helping out this tower. First off, let me buy the Relentless Glue, and then we're going to chill. So after the Relentless Glue, I think that when this next round starts, let me just buy the MIB as well. And then when this next round starts, I'm going to give the glue basically the camo detection because I wanted to see DDTs as well. And let's see how much of a difference just the Relentless Glue is going to make for this tower. So it seems to be struggling versus small balloons versus ceramics. Let me just give it the Cherry's Fire as well. But yeah, okay, so the Relentless Glue is definitely of huge help to this tower. So let's see how it does versus DDTs. I think it's going to defeat them, but let's just see how fast it's going to defeat them. That's kind of my question. We're going to get a good gauge on its damage. So it is holding them. Oh yeah, that's really fast. I mean, it was with the help of the actually, no, it wasn't with the help of the Relentless Glue because you know what? I forgot to give it camo. 91, huge round with a lot of RB on this one, a lot of BFBs basically, and a lot of balloons beneath each other. So let's see how this thing is gonna do. So the Relentless Glue is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, obviously, with the with just the slow and the stunts. But this tower is keeping up. It's definitely keeping up. I mean, listen, we still have about $45,000 left. 93, a little bit more DDTs, and I do have the camo detection on this thing now. So let's see how these guys are gonna do versus them. We still have the Jerry's Fire ongoing for 6 more rounds. Here come the DDTs. And they should be able to clean them up. Oh yeah, so they clean them up, but these ones made it a little bit further than the last one. So that tells me that we might need the Sabo for 95, but that's kind of one of the usual towers that we buy for 95, right? So this is nothing out of the ordinary yet. Yeah, I'm very surprised about how this tower is performing. I'm gonna be honest. We have $55,000 saved, and the only thing that this thing needs is basically a Relentless Glue, a 230 village for a little bit of attack speed, and just to be able to see DDTs. And I do have a 420 Alchemist, but the Alchemist only buffs the main heli, so these 3 ones are... Do I have the Sharpening? I don't even have the Sharpening Stone on this thing, which is not going to change things that much, but you know what? Let's just give it the Sharpening Stone, because why not? Let me not jinx it. Let me not say that we're kind of sleeping on this tower, but what I think is that this tower might be used as a very safe and a very good stepping stone towards... Thank God. Thank God they survived 94, by the way. Are they holding? I really hope that they hold, honestly. I really hope that they do. They're kind of pushing the balloons back. It has Jerry's Fire, but come on, Jerry's Fire isn't doing anything. Wait, are they going to be fine? Oh my god, they actually defended, I think, because now that the DTs are gone, these guys should all... They have the Relentless Glue and they stun for a second, and that's what's keeping them in place. Look at that. They actually survived round 95 with just the Relentless Glue. This tower is blowing past my expectations. We have $66,000 saved, and I think the question just is going to be, when does this thing lose? And if I had to guess, 98. Easily 98. If it survives this one, that is. So a lot of ZOMGs incoming, and yeah, it needs to pop these guys one by one, which is exactly what it's going to do, by the way. And let's see how everything goes. So the small mobs are gone, and then, yeah, so it's just like it's one ZOMG left. So as long as... Oh, this is going to be close again. I think it's going to be a little bit close, but they still have it, I think. Yes, there we go. That's going to be around 97, by the way, because it's only 2 ZMGs, and we have the Moab Shove. So here's what I want to do for 98. I know that we're going to lose the 98 for a fact. So instead of buying another tower, I want to do this. I want to get the Shattering Shells Mortar, which is going to remove like a third of the RBE on this round, basically defortify all of these BFBs, and it's gonna have, how many pops is that? Look at the amount of pops on this one, by the way, 92,000, and the total RBE on this round is 320,000, so about a third, a little bit less than a third of the entire RBE just got demolished by a single tower. So let me just see, is there Jerry Fire? Yeah, the Jerry's Fire is ongoing. We have the Sharpening Stone. I think we just chill. I think we just see if this thing is gonna work. Honestly, this is looking a little bit worse than 96, so it's probably not gonna work. We're probably gonna need to help it a little bit, but you know what? I'm super happy about this tower's performance. This is a $35,000 tower with a super easy save up, and it's almost beating round 98, right? It's almost beating. It's not gonna beat it. It's super close. It's not gonna beat it, actually, is it? Oh my god, what just happened? What? $71,000 saved. I mean, surely they're gonna lose to like the 45 DDTs, right? We don't even have Jerry's Fire yet. It expired, but they defeat that as well. Okay, it's gonna lose to the bad 100% because they actually don't have the damage. Like, no joke, they don't have the damage for this thing. So the single target damage is kind of not as good as... I mean, it's kind of fine, but it's not as good because look at all of these darts at the back. So this is basically what allows this tower to wipe out all of the small balloons that are coming out, right? So it's not gonna pop the bad, but let's see how close it's gonna get. Is it even gonna pop the bad layer? It might. It's probably not gonna do it. Oh yeah, it popped it just before it exited. Okay, so let's just give it a little bit of a helping hand. So before we buy the towers that are gonna deal with the bad, let's just see what we have happening. This tower managed to save $72,000 on Chimps mode on Peninsula. And the only things that it needed to get this far is a 024 glue, a 420 alchemist, which only works on the main heli, by the way, a 024 mortar, which we only used around 98 and nothing else, a 230 village, which we need the MIB because it can't hit DDTs, and then these small towers, which we used to save up for the heli because the tower itself costs 1.7k. I mean, this to me looks like it's a pretty decent tower, and it holds Moabs and it does a lot of damage, it seems like, and you can always trigger these 3 helis if you place your defenses right. But I'm just super impressed about how good this tower is. So let me buy a first strike on this thing, and let me buy, you know what, let's just buy Spike Storm, and then what we can do is we can just rejuve this, right? So we get the cooldowns instantly. So let's use this, let's use the Spike Storm. And then do we do another rejuve? I don't think it's going to be necessary. Let's just let these guys get a little bit more pops. And let's use the glue. I think Jerry's far expired as well, so let me use that thing. And yeah, these UMGs are slowly going to pop. And yes, we have a Comanche Commander with... I want to check the amount of pops that this thing got, because we accidentally might have gotten close to 2 mega pops, but I just don't know how many it is. So it's 1.8 million. Okay, so, but I know that a huge portion of them went to Jerry, right, because of the Alchemist. So Jerry actually did 77,000, which is, it's not a lot of pops, but he kind of took away. And then it's all obviously the round 100 bat, which this tower cannot deal with, but it does well versus these small balloons, it seems like. But that's the Comanche Commander, a tower that I'm really glad that I checked in with this tower, because it is looking like a decent tower. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little bit impressed. I admit I was a little bit sleeping on this tower. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.